Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Talking Raw. I'm your host, Chris Kretschmann. It's very nice to talk to you guys on this Tuesday evening. We did have Smackdown live tonight, and we're going to get into that in just a second. But if this is your first time checking out the channel, please do hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. It really would. So without further ado, let's get into Smackdown Live. Smackdown Live. What did I think of Smackdown Live in a nutshell? It was a good show. There's just nothing on this show that I can really sink my teeth in terms of a feud and a rivalry. When you look on Monday Night Raw, they have Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar. That's something I can sink my teeth into and say that's a can't miss segment. But on SmackDown, it just doesn't seem that way. It really doesn't. And I hope that changes soon. But every Tuesday night, I feel as though I can miss SmackDown because I feel like, I can just go back and watch and nothing really monumental will happen. Not the case with Raw. I'm not saying that Raw is a better show than SmackDown because obviously it's not. I'm just saying I need to care more about SmackDown, and right now I'm just not. But overall, pretty solid show. The show starts off with the losers of the women's Money in the Bank match outside of Daniel Bryan's office complaining about the result of the match from this past Sunday. Carmella then comes out to start the show. Carmella says that her name was trending worldwide for the last couple of days. No, it was not, Carmella. Stop. Says that she doesn't care about what people say because she is Miss Money in the Bank. Says that she was the last pick in the brand draft and that she doesn't care about the other women's attributes. Says that instead of making history, she was worrying about her future. She then owned, idiots on Twitter. After she did that, she got massive heat. Like massive, like boo, everybody in that place was booing her. She then said that she doesn't care what Daniel Bryan has to say. And she then says that she is Miss Money in the Bank and there's nothing you can do about it. This was a really good promo. This really was. I think Carmella has a lot of potential on the mic. I really do. And she got massive heat during this segment, which is something that is good for Carmella because she gets absolutely no reactions when her music hits. That may start to change, but since Sunday, she's been getting crickets. And it's sad to see because she is very talented in the ring. This is the type of promo that Carmella needed after getting such a momentum boost from her victory on Sunday. But as we'll talk about later on in the review, that's going to be overturned. Carmella needs to get more mic time. She really does. She could be SmackDown Live's alternative to Alexa Bliss. Even though it's funny because SmackDown Live was the brand that made Alexa Bliss. So I find that quite funny. And look, it is time for Carmella to break out. It really is. And I'm predicting she will. I always say on the main roster, it's either sink or swim. And right now, she's one of these people that are just staying afloat. She's not breaking out. She's not getting buried, and that's a very dangerous place to be. So that's almost as bad as being buried. So I feel as though soon she will begin to swim, and she will begin her ascension to the top of the women's division because she definitely has potential to be a top performer in the women's division. The New Day come out to talk about their match on Sunday against the Usos. The Usos then come out to start a match between Jimmy Uso and Big E. So that is the match we're going to talk about right now. The match was whatever. I really didn't care about the match. It was very short. What I didn't like is that SmackDown continues to make their champions look like bums. I mean, what was the last time outside of Jinder Mahal that a champion has won on SmackDown? Outside of Jinder Mahal and Kevin Owens tonight. When was the last time? I'll wait. It's been a while. Big E wins in a very short match. This is a feud that I'm very high on, but this match I was not high on at all. I thought that, like I said, the match was whatever. I didn't care about the match, and I didn't care about the segment, so I don't care to talk about it. So I'm not. Naomi is interviewed backstage about the Money in the Bank result. Lana then interrupts and asks Naomi for a rematch, and Naomi obliged to give her rematch. The thing I don't like about this is that there's a match next week between these two, and that match is a lose-lose scenario. Naomi has been awful with the title. I mean, let's not make any bones about it. She's been awful with the title, and nobody wants to see Lana win the title. So lose-lose scenario next week. We then have Shinsuke Nakamura versus Dolph Ziggler. I know it's been said a million times, and even I said it, but man, Shinsuke's entrance is fantastic. It is one of the best in the business, and this is coming from somebody who's watched every match since he's been in WWE. That being NXT, I watched all of his matches in NXT, and I've watched all of his SmackDown Live matches. So this isn't me sitting here as somebody who just saw him post WrestleMania. I've been watching him for a while, and his entrance just continues to impress me. One thing I don't like about Shinsuke is that he feels like he's just another member of the roster, and that shouldn't be the case for somebody like Shinsuke because he is a next-level performer. This match, though, to me, it was weird. I don't know what to make of this match. I don't know if I could call it a bad match or a good match. I don't know. It was very weird to me. Dolph and Shinsuke just don't click together as well as I thought they would. I didn't enjoy their match at Backlash, and I didn't necessarily enjoy this match tonight. And I think Dolph needs to turn babyface again. I never agreed with his heel turn, and he's been at the bottom of the mid-card ever since. He's been jobbing out to pretty much everybody as a heel, and I feel as though he has a lot of potential as a babyface, and you saw that potential at the end of last year. So Shinsuke wins via the Kinshasa, and we move on from there. Sami is backstage talking about the match on Sunday to Daniel Bryan, and Becky Lynch comes in to complain to Daniel Bryan. I wrote this down in my notes just to say how good Becky Lynch has gotten with her acting chops. I always thought she was the most underrated of the four horsewomen, and you could see that WWE always overlooked her because she didn't win a championship until this past September. So shows you shows you her standing in the four horsewomen. Kevin Owens comes out and cuts a promo before his Face of America Open Challenge versus Chad Gable. AJ Styles came out before to answer the challenge, but Kevin Owens rejected him. It's good to see American Alpha on TV. Now get them on Raw because they are sorely needed there. They fit so much better in that tag team division. They've already done everything that they needed to do in this tag team division. Find a way to move them to Raw. I really hope that they continue this Face of America Open Challenge because these open challenges never get old, and it's a way to get talent on television and even debut new talent from NXT. I wish this match was longer because these two did have something going on here. I really did believe that. Kevin Owens wins via pop-up powerbomb, so we'll see what the future holds with Kevin Owens. Hopefully he doesn't drop that title anytime soon. We then go on to the Hype Bros. They're in the back vouching for a championship match, and Daniel Bryan says they can have it, but they have to beat the Usos next week. I really enjoy the Hype Bros, okay? I really do. I said this multiple times. I honestly hope they find a way to beat the Usos next week because I want to see them with gold around their waist very soon because they are a very fun tag team. I'm a big fan of Mojo Rawley. I love his dedication to the craft. And Zack Ryder is fantastic. So we move on from there. Daniel Bryan comes to the ring to decide what he's going to do about the Women's Money in the Bank controversy. Daniel Bryan then tells all the participants from the match to come to the ring. Daniel Bryan says that there have been interferences in Money in the Bank matches before, but nobody has went to the extent to grab the briefcase for the winner. Ellsworth berates Daniel Bryan about his family, and then Daniel Bryan tells Ellsworth that if he talks about his family again, that he will punch Ellsworth in the face. A massive yes chant happened after Daniel Bryan said that. The other women start arguing about it, and then Daniel Bryan makes a rematch of the match for next week. This segment was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I love Daniel Bryan. I love his intensity, and his intensity really showed during this segment. I thought it was very high, and I enjoyed it. I like that the GM of the show isn't a beta male. That's the right word. He's not acting like a beta male like Mick Foley did, and he's not putting up with anything, and I like that. I just don't understand the rematch decision for next week. I just find it pointless. Carmella's probably going to win it because I don't think anybody on that roster deserves to have that briefcase outside of Carmella. So we move on from there. We have Jinder Mahal versus Luke Harper. I have to say, Jinder Mahal's entrance is awesome. It really is. With carpet on the ramp. Fantastic. Fantastic. I thought it was awesome. I think that they have definitely made a new star with Jinder Mahal. I really do. This match was pretty boring, though, I have to say, until Baron Corbin pump faked Jinder Mahal. I like Luke Harper, but I just never understood everybody's love for Luke Harper. I never understood it. Jinder Mahal wins via the Colossus. Randy Orton comes out after the match to beat down Jinder Mahal, which he ended up doing, and he ended up standing tall at the end of SmackDown, which, again, I don't understand why they need to continue to make these champions look bad. It's pointless. I don't understand. You want to make a champion look strong, so if it's a heel, so when a babyface comes up, they get the rub. Or if it's the other way around, heel comes up, they get the rub. I don't understand. I really don't. But like I said, SmackDown Live, yeah, it was a good show. But like I said, I have nothing that I'm sinking my teeth into at the moment. And really, Tuesday to me is just another day. When Samoa Joe won that match at Extreme Rules, Monday became a different day for me. It became, I got to watch Raw that night. I definitely got to watch Raw tonight. Not, obviously I have to watch it anyway because I'm doing this and I want to provide as much content as possible to you guys. But it gave me something to look forward to. This, SmackDown, not really. But that is it for SmackDown Live. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. And please do hit that subscribe button down below. I really do appreciate it. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this review. And let me know what you guys thought about this in the comment section below. Thank you guys and have a very good rest of your week.